I know that pretty often people overreact to certain things that the president or politicians do and say. And making fun of presidents and politicians is nothing new. It's something that has existed since the beginning of presidents and politicians. I remember when I was growing up, there was a cartoon called, I think it was called Little Bush. George W. Bush was president, and there was this cartoon on, I think it was Comedy Central, that would just roast George W. Bush basically 24/7. So watching people make fun of politicians is nothing new. And it's often funny. It's something, it's a shared experience. We all tune in to see how the president acts and what the president does. And I was tuning in to Joe Biden today at the G7 summit. And listen, I'm not trying to be that guy, but folks, what in the heck is going on with Joe? I mean, politics to the side. What is really going on with old Joe? It's gotten to the point where it's not even really funny anymore. I kind of feel bad for him. Like it feels like elder abuse. And listen, my mom worked in a nursing home. I was always around older folks. When my mom passed away, I was raised by my grandparents. I also went to a church that was mainly older people. So all I'm going to say is I've been around older people all my life. And I mean older people. And I know what it looks like when older people kind of aren't all the way there anymore. And I mean, I don't think Joe is all the way there anymore. I think that's safe to say. And I say that all politics to the side. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I like Joe Biden, but I'll also be truthful with you about anything. And I'm just being truthful with my observations. And I think everyone else sees it too. How he kind of just wanders off stage everywhere he goes. He always looks lost. The way he talks, he kind of slurs his words, and a lot of what he says doesn't make sense. And today was especially bad. Because literally during the summit, they got someone like parachuting in right in front of the world leaders, and old Joe just kind of, I guess, misses the whole show and kind of just turns around and dementia shuffles in the wrong direction while everyone's supposed to be focused on this guy in front of him. I mean, instead of explaining it, let's just roll the clips of how he's been acting today. And then I'll be right back with more thoughts. Every time on the world stage, every time old Joe gets up on the world stage, I have like secondhand embarrassment. I'm embarrassed that my country is being led by someone in this state of mind. That's in this state physically and mentally. Because it's a joke. But at the same time, I think that this has been a wake-up call for a lot of people, and people are realizing, oh, wait, the president maybe isn't the one running the show. That there's puppeteers behind the scenes really running this thing. Because obviously the dude that's wandering around probably doesn't even know where he is anymore. Obviously he isn't running the show. I mean, the show's gotten pretty bad. The country's going down the drain, but obviously this guy isn't necessarily the only one behind the wheel. But watching the world leaders have to redirect him every second, he's always going in the wrong direction. Literally right there, as the guy was parachuting down, I think Joe kind of just lost all sense of why he was there, where he was at, and what the hell was going on. Because he just kind of turns around. And I mean, it was just, like a week ago when he was trying to sit down? I think, what was that on D-Day? When he was, trying to sit down when he was supposed to be standing up, and Joe Biden was kind of like, hey, chill out. So, I mean, I don't know, folks. I don't know how we can continue having someone like this represent our country on the world stage, because it's only going to get worse with time. And if things are this bad now, let's say that Joe Biden wins the election 3 years from now, how bad do you think things are going to be? How bad do you think things would be then? And like I said, I mean, politics to the side, it's just, it's starting to feel like elder abuse. Like, why in the hell are you putting this guy through this? Send him off to an old folks home. Send him somewhere to chill at his house. I don't care. But I don't think we can continue to fly this guy around the world and act as if and pretend as if he can competently, do these tasks that are expected of most presidents. But hey, I'm sure some of you all may feel differently, but I just don't think that anyone who's being honest with themselves can ignore the fact that Biden's just not all the way there anymore. But let me know what you think about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all soon in the next one.